Hey guys, this is Thoth from the Batsquatch podcast. I was just letting you know that if you're down on your luck, you ain't got any money, and you're sick of begging your parents for money to buy a beer or anything at all, download the Anchor app. The Anchor app is the easiest way to make a podcast. I mean, it's almost as easy as breathing. They distribute it for you. They teach you how to do basically everything. It's kind of like guided meditation for the podcast enthusiast. I mean, this is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, I can't think of anything that's easier or more fun than getting on the Anchor app and making a podcast. So get on board and try it out. It's amazing. Thanks. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Batsquatch podcast. This is Thoth. I wanted to let you guys know that today is a holiday in the conspiracy and the UFO world, community, whatever you want to call it. Today is National Illuminati Day, or in other words, the Super Bowl. Today's the day when all of the complete jackball, nut job, weird ass, crazy motherfuckers converge on the Super Bowl halftime show and try to tell you how satanic, how evil, how demonic, and straight up just fucked that the Illuminati and the celebrities in Hollywood and the government and all these people are all working together to fuck you over, to kill every living thing upon the earth, and to completely brainwash you into becoming a Satanist. I wanted to address that word, Satanist. Anyone who has ever studied anything about the Illuminati or Satanism, or let's get specifically into what they really mean. What they're talking about is the Satanists within the government and in Hollywood. Everybody, according to UFO world community, the conspiracy people, every celebrity and every person in government is a Satanist except for Trump. Now, I'm not making that up. That's what they really believe. That's how fucking crazy and brainwashed and how much that by itself shows you how much mind control the Illuminati actually has over the UFO community. The UFO community really believes that everyone in Hollywood and everyone in the government is a Satanist except for Trump. And maybe a few people in the Navy that are helping him out. This is completely insane, completely ridiculous, and a bunch of bullshit. Every Super Bowl, they go and break their brains analyzing every little detail from the Super Bowl halftime show. They label the celebrities who participated in giving you that entertainment as hardcore Satanists. Now, in the government, if they are performing any rituals, it's not to Satan. The Illuminati, even people in the U.S. government who do rituals, they know Satan doesn't exist. You have to understand the Illuminati has an unbroken line of knowledge, not like the public, or not like your history professors, or your public historians. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They have no idea what happened in history, but the Illuminati does. They know exactly what has happened in history since the time started. And they know Satan doesn't exist, never did, because they know the point in history when that concept was made up as a control mechanism for the masses, the public people. But if anyone in government or Hollywood or anybody who is in the loop, in the know, let's say who is in a power position, who's connected with let's just say Illuminati, the group of people who are working to control or influence the public, the mass media, influence the public. Let's say they are doing rituals to help themselves out, to maintain their status and everything they have, and to continue to influence the public. They're doing rituals to the Elohim, not to Satan. Satan doesn't exist. That's a psyop. It's a psychological operation, social engineering, and it's been working for thousands of years. They do their ritual to the negative Elohim. The Elohim have two factions. There's positive ones and there's negative ones, just like everything else. The Elohim are aliens. They have blue bodies, and they were the first spirits or group of aliens to actually incarnate regularly into physical bodies after the humans were brought here to this planet. And they like it here. They really enjoyed this dimension, this third dimension, the density here. They like this existence. So they continue to incarnate over and over again for millions of years. And what happened is that the positive Elohim, they left. They realized that this is a lower vibrational existence, and they left this plane of existence. But the negative Elohim stayed here. They set up an AI, artificial intelligence system, to have a control structure of influence upon this planet, and it still exists. So, if anyone tells you that the alien AI has been destroyed, they're wrong. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, because, well, I mean, all you have to do is leave your body. That's pretty much the solution. You can go and see it for yourself. The negative Elohim are the ones who are influencing, or who are actually in power across the world for negative people in power. But you got to understand, there's also positive people in power all over the world. It's not all negative. That's what the UFO community wants you to believe, is that every person who is in a power position is evil. And they're not. They're not. Gwyneth Paltrow is an example. I only need to name one person who's in power to disprove the theory of all powerful people are evil. I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow is a multimillionaire. She has a lot of power. She's a positive person. All you got to do is look at her website. It's all positive. But they would say, well, you can't say that because she's Hollywood and she's evil. She's Illuminati Satanist. No, not everyone. I would challenge anyone to prove that. Can you show me their Illuminati membership plaque? I mean, seriously, it's a ridiculous theory. It has no actual evidence or proof. It's not factual. It's just a conspiracy theory. The Elohim are the ones they're doing the rituals to. They should say that, well, the people in the government, they are Elohim. They are worshiping Elohim. They're performing rituals to the Elohim. And that's what they're actually doing. But once again, I can't stress enough that there is no hell, there is no Satan, there is no devil. It's all a lie. The Elohim are the ones the negative Elohim are the ones who are actually receiving the benefits of any type of ritual or any kind of system that a negative leader or a negative powerful person is performing to, and that doesn't necessarily mean all of them. For example, let me put it this way: how many conspiracy people or how many UFO people have actually been to a Illuminati ritual or a supposed satanic ritual within the United States government in Washington, D.C., or within the Hollywood Hills in Malibu, or anywhere they supposedly are doing these rituals? Zero. None of them have been there. None of them have been there and seen this type of stuff. You know, and I gotta tell you, if you've seen Eyes Wide Shut, I don't see the problem. I mean, going to an Illuminati ritual seems like a fucking awesome time. I mean, who's gonna turn down an orgy? You know what I mean? Eyes Wide Shut looks like the best time of your fucking life. Why not participate? You know what I mean? You're gonna have access to everything that's illegal. LSD, shrooms, weed, the best weed you can imagine. Opium. When's the last time you had any opium? Like rolled up a blunt and smoked weed rolled with opium. That'd be amazing. Especially when you're at an orgy. You're going to have access to all the boner pills you can imagine. And the boner pills for ladies as well. You're going to have access to herbs and different chemicals that the public doesn't even know about. Think about that. Like I said, an uninterrupted line of knowledge from the beginning of time. They know exactly what everything does and the true history of the planet. And they have all the herbs that have existed from the beginning of time. And I'll tell you one thing, the Bigfoot, they have said that some of their herbs are disappearing, that they use regularly for healing. And well, guess who's got them? The Illuminati. I mean, there are positive people within the Illuminati who are, they want to change the structure. They want to change things from the inside. And you think there's positive people within the Illuminati are going to turn down an orgy with shrooms and everything imaginable? Hell no. I mean, if you're a positive person within the Illuminati, and they say your evil, supposedly evil friend calls you up and says, "Hey man, you going to the the Illuminati orgy this weekend? It's like, oh, well, yeah, I'm going. Of course you're going. Come on. Nobody turns that down, I mean, it looks amazing, But the truth about it is that the word Satanist or Satanism within the context of government and Hollywood needs to change within the UFO community, specifically the UFO community. I don't give a flying fuck about conspiracy community. They can do whatever they want. Alex Jones has already been proven to be a CIA operative. He has been since the beginning. The company he works for is information gathering, data gathering company. He's an agent. Get over it, okay? He's the reason why people consider it bullshit. And a lot of conspiracy theories have been proven true. Just like, look at the info gathering that Snowden exposed. Well, Snowden's an operative himself. Snowden's a CIA operative. Don't think for a second that Edward Snowden isn't CIA Illuminati. He is. He was the public version of exposure. But a lot of conspiracy theories are true. But just keep in mind, Alex Jones always has been and always will be CIA. And he's the reason why people laugh about all this type of shit. And he's the face of idiocy and bullshit. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And that was his purpose. That was his mission. And he's been exposed for it, and it's all over and done with. And the deplatforming of him was meant to happen. It's always meant to happen. They don't just do things spontaneously. These things are planned out years and years in advance, and that's all right. Let the CIA do their stuff, Let the Illuminati do their stuff. I don't care. They can do whatever the hell they want. What the CIA and the Illuminati doesn't affect you reaching enlightenment. It has no effect upon you reaching enlightenment. It has no effect upon your spiritual progression or your happiness. It has no effect on it. They let them do their stuff. They're going to do it anyway. But it doesn't affect you spiritually. It doesn't affect your progression. It doesn't affect you getting off the wheel of reincarnation. Who cares what the Illuminati and CIA is doing? Everything's fine. The Western society is stable. Its standard of living's high. It's calm, peaceful. Who gives a flying shit what the Illuminati and all those guys are doing? They have their own stuff. They're doing their own thing, and if you're worried about it, you guys just remember there's positive people in there that want to use some of the stuff they have for good purposes. And who knows? I don't really care. Illuminati's irrelevant in my personal life. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? I don't care. I wake up every day with bliss, in a state of bliss. And the higher your consciousness goes, the less anything affects you, and you become connected to the Creator, and you become more blissful and happy every day. That's how it works. And whatever the Illuminati and all those guys are doing doesn't matter. Doesn't affect you. Doesn't affect your bliss. Doesn't affect your consciousness and your spiritual progression. So who gives a damn what they're doing? You know what I mean? The point of it is to raise your consciousness up, to attain Buddhahood, to attain mastery, to become a spiritual master. And the more you progress up, the less any of the craziness in the world affects you. You are in a state of perpetual bliss and joy, or in the state of samadhi. And that's the way it works. It always has been. It's always worked that way. But I wanted to just let you guys know that Satanism Well, Satanism isn't what they're doing. They're worshiping the Elohim, and and they're asking negative aliens for help, for guidance, and because some of the negative aliens, they know the future, not far in advance, but the immediate future. And they'll tell them, I'll do this, invest in this company, do that, whatever, and that's how they are able to amass huge amounts of money. Just one way. But then the Elohim, the negative Elohim, are the ones who can see far into the future and who are existing on the fourth dimension, the spiritual dimension. And some of the negative leaders in the world are Elohim, negative Elohim, who have incarnated into a human body, and they're doing their stuff. They have their own secret evil plan, But the PSYOP, the psychological operation created by the CIA, was to turn, more specifically, the UFO community into a branch of the Republican Party, and they have been very successful, and they have achieved this goal, and that's all right. Just don't preach to me how great Trump is, because you're full of shit. Okay, the guy stole money from a veterans charity and a children's cancer charity. So if you're cool with that, then hey, Trump's your guy. So I believe in starving these type of systems. I don't vote. Voting's a bullshit. Whoever you vote for, it doesn't matter, because the Illuminati is always in control regardless, and they will use the puppet they have in power, who is the president. Whatever president is elected is a puppet for the Illuminati. Bottom line. It has been for a long time, for years and years. And voting is a joke, and our whole system of government is a joke. And I believe in just starving the system. I don't want my karma attached to the voting system or the government system. I don't believe in that. We need to have more system, more like the aliens, the higher dimensions have, where they have councils. They have councils, and the councils are like, well, we can do this option or that option, and then they'll do spiritual work to find the best outcome and what they should do with different things. And they make mistakes too, some of them, but it's a better system than we got, but if the whole PSYOP is for the UFO community and all these UFO speakers and gurus and every UFO, I'm an authority on UFOs, and it's like, and I believe Trump's awesome. It's like you're under mind control. The entire UFO community is under mind control from the CIA. To believe that Trump is a great guy and he's fighting for the light, he's put in power by the divine, all this sort of shit. And the Navy put him in power. The Navy stepped in and said, hey, we're taking over and we're putting Trump in instead of Hillary. It's like, you're not in charge. Sorry. The Illuminati's in charge, bitch. The Navy, you can go fuck a goat. It doesn't matter. Well, I don't care if the military they're not in charge. The Navy's not in charge. It's all a PSYOP. If anybody tells you the Navy put Trump in power, they're under mind control. That's a PSYOP. The Illuminati's in control no matter who you vote for. They have been for hundreds of thousands of years. The Roman Empire never fell. It just moves. It changes locations. And that's all right. It's all right. Like I said, it doesn't affect enlightenment. But they have successfully, the CIA has successfully put the UFO community under mind control. And it's obvious. They get all agitated and crazy if you say anything against Trump. If you say anything against QAnon, which is another PSYOP, another mind control PSYOP. And the CIA's been doing mind control operations, man, since the 50s, way back. They have this down to a fine art. The MK Ultra system is very advanced and in tune, and they perfected it so good that most people don't even know they're under MK Ultra or under a mind control operation. And you see that all over the place in the UFO community. It's everywhere. I mean, a lot of these people who are famous in the UFO community, they're fully under MK Ultra mind control. They're under, not just MK Ultra, just under CIA mind control, and they have no clue. They have no idea they're under it. And part of that perfection of this operation is AI. The Elohim's AI program has them under control. See what I mean? See how they work together? It's just technology, just alien technology that the CIA uses. And who cares? Let these idiots believe what they want to believe. I don't give a damn. But once you get in my face, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. I'm going to choke you out. I don't want to hear your bullshit. But it's funny because when Obama was in power, all the Republicans were all insane. You mention Obama, they go crazy, which is more mind control. Now that Trump's in power, if you mention Obama, the Republicans will go insane. It goes back and forth. They put him under not a spell, but they put him under this mind control technology. So they get all angry and outrageous, and it blocks their spiritual work, or it doesn't block their spiritual work necessarily. It just blocks them. It blocks happiness, is what it blocks. It keeps you angry all day long, and that's angry, divided people are easier to manipulate, and that goes way back to the Greeks, the Romans, even back to ancient Egypt. It goes way back. But it's just it's crazy, that everyone in the UFO community is pro-Trump, and it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? And that all you gotta do is a little research. The guy's a bad guy. He doesn't have any morals or ethics. He's just he's a ruthless business guy that has no sense of decency, really. And Trump has always been Illuminati, always has been. The pastor that performed his wedding was Illuminati. His grandfather, Trump's grandfather, was the one who stole all of Nikola Tesla's possessions. He's the one that went in there and took it all. Trump's grandfather. He was Illuminati. So, connect. Come on. Norman Vincent Peale is a Freemason Illuminati, pretending to be a Christian. He became Christian later on. Norman Vincent Peale has been an Illuminati his whole life, but pretty much. And he's the guy that performed Trump's wedding ceremony. Seriously, you really think Trump's not Illuminati? There's your proof. You know what I mean? It's not hard to figure out. But when Trump is out of office, you'll watch and you'll see all the UFO people, UFO community will all of a sudden wake up and say, wait a second, nothing has changed. Everything Obama did is still in place. Everything George W. Bush did is still in place. I thought Trump was our guy. I thought he was going to change things. Now, here's something I want you guys to realize that you can use as proof. Now, under Trump, the UFO community has said that when he backs our U.S. currency under gold, that our physical money, the paper money, will change in physical appearance, because it has to, because he's here to restore the republic. He's here to restore our financial freedom, and the currency will change. So now remember, when Trump is out of office, look at your paper money and see if it's changed any. Probably won't. Probably won't. I'm not saying that things can't happen, but I'm saying that he's under Illuminati control. Yeah. And the physical paper is supposed to change and look differently, right? And all the gold backers, the dragons societies in China, they're the ones who are supposed to give Trump all this gold to restore the United States currency, restore the republic, and get us out of financial debt. Probably not going to happen. Now, before Trump was elected, the theme running through the UFO community was, no one is going to save you. You have to save yourself. And now everyone in the UFO community has somehow forgotten this. They have forgotten this. Oh, Trump will save us. Yeah, Trump will save us. The solar flash before 2030 will save us. The UFO rapture will save us. Remember, the UFO rapture has to take place before 2030. And these popular UFO speakers and gurus will be taken off planet along with their followers. Off the physical planet. That's the promise, right? And here's the thing too, a lot of channelers who are respectable, they're saying that you won't be taken off planet, that you're just going to rise in consciousness, just like the Mayans said in 2012, which pretty much did. Consciousness changed a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. That's what these channelers are saying, is that it's not going to be somebody's missing here, you're missing there, 144,000 to be taken up into the fifth dimension. Some of the channelers are saying, no, that's not what's going to happen. It's just you're going to raise up in consciousness, and we're going to get closer to the golden age. And that sounds reasonable within a spiritual world, but not according to the UFO community and their leaders and their gurus and their speakers. They're saying that the UFO rapture will happen before 2030. And the idiots never give a date when you're doing prophecy. Giving a date when you're doing prophecy is death. It's cancerous. It never works. It will actually negate your prophecy. But that's what they've said. And that's what they said will happen. And stay healthy, go to the gym, exercise, so you're around in 2030. You can see all this bullshit never happen. Just like it never happens. None of these prophecies ever fucking happen. The Hopi prophecy was smart because it didn't give a date. It just said, these things might happen around this is going to happen. And it's more or less around consciousness and different things like that, and negativity kind of going away from the world, different concepts. They didn't really say this is happening forever for sure. It was more of just around different concepts are going to happen, and things like that. But remember, the currency will change physically when Trump saves America, which, hello, Illuminati's in control, always has been. So no one is coming to save your ass. You have to save yourself. Jesus is not coming back. Jesus was a magician. Jesus was a sorcerer. Not the historical Jesus. There's no evidence that guy even existed. I'm talking about Yeshua, the guy Yeshua, who traveled to India, Tibet, Scotland. This guy, when he traveled there, his name translated into Isa. And that was his translation of his name at the temples in India and Tibet and different places. And he was a real guy. That was a real guy. But he wasn't God. He was a sorcerer, just like everybody else back then. He used a wand. He used all that old ancient Egyptian magic, ancient Tibetan magic, the Druid magic, sorcery, all that stuff. That's what Jesus really did. That was the truth about him. That's the truth about most of those guys back then. It was common. A lot of Apollonius could do the same things Jesus could do, and they taught all this knowledge. They taught how to raise people from the dead. That was common. But we lost all that when Alexandria's library was destroyed. By who? Oh, yeah, the Christians. Yeah. Jesus wasn't a Christian. Yeshua, the name Jesus came from the Greeks. It means son of Zeus. You know what I mean? And the pictures you see aren't pictures of the actual of Yeshua. The guy was a sorcerer, and he's not coming back. You got to save yourself. You have to reach enlightenment yourself. You know what I mean? And it's getting easier. That's the cool thing, is because the spiritual frequencies are raising up higher. Everything spiritual is getting easier. You don't have to worry about, the apocalypse. The apocalypse just means uncovering and exposing of truth. That's all it means. There's not going to be any catastrophes. Now, a lot of people have been saying with the Super Bowl that Jennifer Lopez is a satanic Illuminati puppet because she doesn't age. There's something called good genetics. Some people have good genetics and they don't age. There's an actual gene. There's a gene that they have identified that keeps you looking younger, keeps you from having diseases, make you live to be 120. Some people have good genes, and some good-looking people also have good genes. Some ugly people have good genes. Whatever it is, people have good genes. Some people don't age. It doesn't mean that they're practicing satanic rituals within Hollywood. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. The other thing that the conspiracy UFO world community is saying is that Shakira is going to sacrifice a live animal during the Super Bowl halftime show. No, I don't think so. Why? Because she's from a third world country? Yeah, that's a little too negative. It's ridiculous. Shakira is a beautiful, kind, loving woman. Every instance I've seen her at, she's always been really altruistic. She's done a lot of help for people and charity work. So, you can't, no matter what the halftime show is, they're always going to say that it was evil, no matter what. Because, like I said, according to the UFO community, every celebrity and everyone in government is evil except for Trump. This is how insane this is the psychological operation and mind control they're under. And it's ridiculous. Some people have talent. Some people are born with talent. And their talent comes from their past lives. And they're born with a talent. And they're good at that. Some people are good at singing. Some people are good at sports. Some people are good at art. Some people are really good actors. They're born with acting talent. And they're not evil just because they want to pursue their talent. It's ridiculous. And here's something that the UFO community has forgotten. Back in the not the 90s, the start of the 2000s, Hollywood was referred to as the gay mafia. The gay mafia. Remember that? Meaning that gay people are the ones who are in power inside the Hollywood studios, who have the money, who actually make the movies, provide the funding, and who oversee the movies, who provide a means for the movies to be made. And they were saying, well, they're all owned by gay people, gay guys, lesbians, you name it, That was never proven to be true. nobody had any evidence. It was more along the pop culture humor, the pop culture humor that you see today with the Illuminati. The Illuminati is pop culture humor. It's funny because it's not true. And so people like to make a joke about it, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Well, you say, well, the Illuminati did that on purpose. Or are you telling me that the gay people did it on purpose too? It's insane. Things naturally arise within the collective consciousness of people. Things naturally arise within societies, concepts, beliefs. These things are naturally happening within social situations, within different collective consciousness. I mean, this is how it works. It's not always sometimes that things are true, sometimes they're not. But the idea that every celebrity is evil. I mean, Brad Pitt himself rebuilt New Orleans after the hurricane. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Brad Pitt. He built houses. Oh, he's evil. No, he's not. He's just a person. Okay? A really good-looking person. Okay? I mean, come on. It's just, these are insane. The idea, LeBron James. They said LeBron James made the Illuminati ritual symbol during the beginning of a basketball game 2 days ago to give his thanks to the Illuminati because they killed Kobe Bryant. Bullshit. LeBron James may or may not have made a triangle with his hands. Let's say he did make a triangle. The triangle of manifestation represents mind, body, spirit. It represents infinity, your connection to the Creator, to the Great Spirit. This is a concept that exists within the book called The Secret. It's a concept that exists within the positive mind movement, the law of attraction movement. It comes from ancient Egypt, ancient mystery schools of Egypt that Jesus was a member of, who learned magic there, okay? LeBron James, like I said, also, he could be doing it for pop culture reasons. He doesn't really look necessarily like he's doing an actual physical triangle. It's not really precise. You know, his hands aren't really in a necessarily. It kind of looks like similar like a triangle circle. But you know, he's getting ready for a game. He's pretty hyped up. Even if he did, the triangle is not evil. The Illuminati doesn't own the triangle of manifestation. It goes back millions of years, and it's a concept that exists within all cultures forever. You know what I mean? They try and take these positive symbols and turn them evil. Say, oh, it's Illuminati. No, it's not. What about the all-seeing eye, the pyramid? It's like, that's not necessarily evil either. You know what I mean? You can interpret it any way you want. Just because a symbol exists doesn't mean it's a Illuminati symbol. I mean, give me a break. You know what I mean? Symbols have existed forever. It's crazy that people want to attach everything or every symbol to Illuminati. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But, I mean, LeBron James has hundreds of millions of dollars. He doesn't need any help. Okay? He was another person who's born with natural talent. Okay? He doesn't need help from the Illuminati. He didn't need anybody's help to get where he is today. He was born with a large amount of talent. Why would he even seek out any group or society? He doesn't need it. Okay? It's ridiculous. Same with a lot of celebrities. They don't need anybody's help. They're born with a talent, natural talent. They don't need anybody's help. And nobody's coming to save them. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save me or anybody. You got to save yourself. But the Super Bowl halftime show, they will try to portray it as completely evil, completely satanic, Illuminati, demonic, most evil thing that's ever existed on this earth. Okay, you know what the most evil thing that's ever existed on this earth was the 80 million people killed in the Spanish Inquisition by the Catholic Church. Let's just start with that. Okay, you think your life is bad? You didn't not compare. It's not bad in compared to history. And compared to history, everything right now, everything's getting better and better and better. It's like they didn't have the technology. They didn't have antibiotics. I mean, give me a break. Case closed right there. You know what I mean? Everything in society is getting better. It really is. And statistically, you can easily prove that. But the UFO community, they want you to believe that everything's getting worse. The society is its worst it's ever been. You know, and it's going to collapse anytime. It's not going to collapse. Nothing is going to collapse. Everything is going to get better and better. Why? Oh, because we're going into a golden age. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, the golden age. That's why I have ascension symptoms. That's why I feel happy every day. That's why I'm connecting to my higher self. That's why I'm connecting to my spiritual bodies, my light body, my crystalline light body. I can talk telepathically to aliens. I can talk telepathically to Bigfoot. I mean, all these things are happening to me every day, okay? Every day. And they're very real. And I can only speak for myself, but you can go and talk to a lot of other people who are having the same things happen. And it's all part of the Mother Earth raising in vibration and frequency. It's all, and we're going into a higher plane of existence. Eventually, okay? There's no timeline, there's no crazy prophecies or solar flashes or any of that stuff. It's all completely ridiculous. Like everything, like most things, the truth is different than what people portray it to be. 9 times out of 10. You know, and celebrities aren't evil. You know, there's no crazy rituals going on at the Ivy, a restaurant in Los Angeles. It's ridiculous. So just don't buy into all that stuff. You know, use your own intuition, because that's your soul talking to you. Psychically tune into these things. You know, when I psychically tuned into Trump, I was told that his wife is an alien. She is a middleman or a messenger between Trump and the aliens who are controlling him. Who are they? The Elohim. The Elohim are in control of Trump. AI, when I psychically tune into Trump, AI is all around him. The Elohim's AI, all around him. And it talks to me and says, get the fuck out of here. So I leave, you know. It doesn't say that, but it says, you need to leave. Go away. We don't want, you know, it's hostile. It's negative. It's a negative AI, okay? And that's all around Trump. He's controlled by AI. He's controlled by the Elohim aliens, negative Elohim aliens. His wife is an alien. Why do you think she looks the way she does? Why do you think that she's so calm in her demeanor? She's so collected. It's because she's an alien, okay? She's an alien. She's the intermediary between him and the Elohim. It's all around him. Trump's under control, okay? He's under control of the negative aliens. He's under control of the Illuminati. Point blank. You can tune into him psychically and see the same thing. I know other people who have. It's really simple. And that's what I personally have seen, is that he is under control. So you can think that he's your savior. He's going to save you. He's going to save the world. He's going to save America. All this stuff, and it's not true. Nothing will change. Nothing changed under Obama. Nothing will change under Trump. It's all the same, because no matter who you vote for, the Illuminati always gets in, and that's all right. Stay on the path to enlightenment and let all this stuff play itself out. It doesn't affect your spiritual health. It doesn't affect your spirituality. So anyway, you know, this one's, a few years ago, I was I was at the gym, and I walked into the locker room, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go in the steam room and hot tub and everything, and so I got ready, got in there and everything. I started walking towards there, and the steam room and the sauna are huge. They're massive at this gym. They're just huge, and there's so much steam in the sauna, you really can't see inside. And I walked in there, and I sat down right next to the door, and I started hearing this weird noise. It was kind of like a child's toy. I was like, what is the hell is that noise? Like a child's toy. Somebody squeezing a child's toy, right? Then I heard like this, it was like a weird kind of like when you hear like snow hitting the ground, you know what I mean? The sound of snow or hail, not hail, but like big snowflakes hitting the ground. And I was like, is there some kind of like a radio on, or is there, you know what I mean? I was like, what the hell is this sound? Then it started to sound kind of like sound of like when you're eating Jello, right? When the sound of when you're trying to you lose like the Jello in your spoon, you're trying to get another scoop of the Jello. And so I got up and I turned on the flashlight on my phone, and I walked farther back into the sauna, and I saw these two people having sex inside the sauna. And that squishing sound was the sound of the sex happening right in front of me. And I'm just like, what the fuck? They can't wait till you get home to have sex. I get it that you're on steroids and you're hypersexual and you want to fuck everything. But come on, man, I'm trying to relax here. You know what I mean? And at that same time, when I had the light on these two people, there was about 3 old senior citizens, those naked old guys who are naked, permanently naked, walked into the sauna. One got halfway in there, and he literally fucking slipped. He was so shocked, he slipped and fell on his ass, and the other old guy fell on top of him, and then the other old guy was like, oh, he's like, he turned around and went and left. He went into the steam room. But it was weird because he had these two old guys, these 90-year-old old guys in a 69, while these other two people are having sex, vigorous sex in the steam room at the same time. And then another lady walked in, a younger lady walked in. She's like, what the hell? What the fuck is going on in here? I'm out. She's like, she turned around and left. And I was like, hey, I'm not a part of this orgy, okay? I'm not part of this, I was like, all right, you guys can have the sauna. I'm going to the hot tub, you know what I mean? But that type of shit happens, man. I was sitting in there one time and some guy asked if can I just like squeeze your dick? I was like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, I haven't been on Grindr very often this week, and I just want to squeeze I want the feel of a dick, Can I just squeeze your dick? I'm like, no, you can't fucking squeeze my dick. Are you crazy? You know what I mean? I was like, look, dude, you don't need to be asking that type of shit. Get your ass on Grindr and get laid. You know what I mean? You're not squeezing my dick, okay? And then he turned to the guy on the other side of him and asked him. He's like, can I squeeze your dick? And his was a black guy, a big black guy, and the black guy stood up, and this black guy was huge, 6'4", huge muscles. He stood up and told the guy to get the fuck out. It's like, I was like, and the guy was like, all right, God damn, I just wanted to squeeze a dick. And the black guy's like, get the fuck out of here, And, I mean, some people are desperate. They're really desperate for sex, or just any kind of anything sexual, But, I mean, if you're that desperate, there's always porn. Porn will take care of you. Porn will solve all your problems. Okay? You don't have to be asking crazy stuff like that in a public place, There's, like I said, there's apps, plenty of apps to get laid on, and they span the gamut, man. There's so many apps now for dating, and straight up apps just for sex. You know what I mean? You can get laid on any app now. And I think that's probably because they shut down the dating area on Craigslist. Once that serial killer was killing people, they're like, oh shit, we need to shut that shit down. Now you got all these sex apps, and dating apps and all this crazy shit. And if you're really, if you're jonesing for a dick, or you're jonesing for some boobs, just go look at some porn. You don't bother people, okay? Come on, you know what I mean? Just look at some porn and get it over with. Anyway, guys, the Super Bowl is going to get blown out of proportion. It's not evil. It's not Illuminati. It's all bullshit. The Illuminati doesn't give a flying shit about football. And just try to stay grounded, meditate every day, go to the gym every day, smoke weed every day, eat dark chocolate every day, and you'll be fine. Okay? So have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.